Hi, this is Nathan, your neighborhood arcade and pinball talk guy. Today we're going to be unboxing a brand new virtual pinball Monsters theme, custom made, and I wanted to kind of walk people through the process of the how-to, which is what do you do when you get a virtual pinball, what do you need to do to get it set up the proper way, but furthermore just kind of walk you through the cabinet, how it looks, how it operates, stuff of that nature. There will be another video that we will do a part 2 for say, which will be the virtual pinball basically in operation, and then we could kind of go through the different programs, the different games of it, stuff of that nature, and that way we could talk to the games, create reviews, and go from there. But anyway, we hope you find this useful, and let's go ahead and start this review. Anyway, this virtual cabinet is a custom cabinet, and we'll walk around this first, which has been done in the Monsters Premium. Very nice cabinet, very nice art on this as well. And of course, all the components have been opened up, so that way we could kind of walk through this and show you kind of what's to do. The first thing you want to do is you want to kind of get it maneuvered to the point where you get the legs on. So that's what the legs of a pinball look like. This would be very similar to moving a mechanical pinball as well. But you just want to put it back on its back, put the leg on, screw it in, the front ones first, and then come back to the back, lift it, and then put the rest of the legs on. The second thing that you need to worry about is this back glass area. So, of course, this is the headboard of the pinball. And as you notice here, there are some stopper bolts right here. And so, generally, this head is actually down on the pinball, and that's how it's going to be coming to you. So the first thing you want to do is you basically want to get the head lifted up after you line those bolts up on the side of the table, which are right here. You want to put those bolts in to keep it uniform, and then at that point lift the head up. The reason why we say to do this is because your components are going to be in the back of this cabinet, especially virtual pinball cabinets. And as you see, there's two different doors here, both of them open and shut. So you have, that door and this door, and it's a very high quality. And so let's go ahead and take a look at this. I went ahead and just got a flashlight just to make it a little bit easier for everyone to see, just because it is dark in this area of my house. That said, fans obviously to keep it cool, that is going to be your power. And so you can kind of see the inside of this cabinet here. There's not a whole lot of these virtual pinballs out there, and I thought this would be a great video to kind of show people what it looks like on the inside, how it operates, stuff of that nature. Of course, there's a dark area there. You can see the connection. So it's just basic computer. You got a surge protector that powers off and on, cycles by itself on a switch. And then of course in the back here, you have other stuff in here. And I will show you the front of this, which is where the speaker system is as well. But let's go ahead and walk through the process. And again, this is a cabinet which we obtained through Custom Multicade. Will's the owner there, very nice guy. And he does a great job. And so as you can see here, there's some cords. So when you pull your cabinet up and you put the headboard up on this thing, the backboard, some people call it backboard, some people call it back glass. There's so many different names for it, but you want to make sure that your cables are lined up. So as you can see here, that hole, the cables are in it and they are fed through these lines. But as you can see here, there is your VGA and DC, and that's going to be for your lower DMD. And then of course when you come up here, it's very, very simple. You have the hole here, and so you want to connect your VGA, and then you want to connect your power ACN to the back glass portion, which is also another display. So it's very, very simple. And then of course you have a third hole that's right here. And as you can see in there, As you can see in there, these are the cables you need to feed those through. There's a 3-prong and 2 2-prongs, and you put the 3-prong to the 3-prong, that's your speaker system, and the 2 prongs to the 2 prongs. And you can follow it through the door. So here's a fan linked to this. You have power going through. It also connects all the speakers through the 2 prongs, which here's a speaker here. Here's a speaker here, and there's also a speaker in the sub cabinet as well. So really, setup for this is super, super easy. All you really need to do is get the back glass up, thread the cords through, and of course this goes to here, which is your AC and VGA. You also have your middle, and so there's your VGA, so your blue goes to blue, DC in to DC in, and that will be hanging out of the cabinet as well whenever you get it, because everything's folded together. And then the third thing is just these cords right here, and you just connect them. So it's very, very simple. So again, with that being said, that's all you really need to do to get your cabinet up, especially a virtual pinball. It looks like there's a lot of components. It looks confusing, but it's really not that confusing. I mean, there's only really 3 areas, which are the right side area. This is going to be your back glass, which is VGA, ACN. Your middle area, which is going to be your DMD down here, which is another screen. And that is going to be your VGA and DCN through the middle of the box coming up. And then your third area is going to be your speakers and some power to the fans, which is going to be your third hole to the left. You have a 3-prong, which is going to run some fans as well as some speakers. Then you have 2 2-prongs, which are going to run the subs at the top of the back glass. But other than that, that's really it. I mean, it's super easy, super simple. I unpackaged this with the help with some friends at the Rec Bar. They helped me with the delivery, and they're also good buddies of mine. And so they came and assisted me with this, because it does weigh probably about 250, 60 pounds, give or take, with the back glass, the head on it. If you take the head off, which is very easy to do, it weighs about 200 pounds. And so it's really not that bad at all. But anyway, it's a beautiful virtual pinball. And so I wanted to kind of walk you through just the looks of this. We haven't even gotten to wrap off the glass yet. It's so new. But let's go ahead and go here. And there's me, by the way. Nice to meet you. Again, my name's Nathan with Arcade and Pinball Talk. And anyway, let's look in this first door here. So this is a pretty good setup here. I mean, obviously you have your buttons, which are to the left. You have your plunger, digital plunger. And then you also have a coin door. And that's an actual, believe it or not, operating coin door. And so, you know, this operating coin door, you could set it to take tokens or quarters. This is for personal use. This is for my house. I'm a big pinball fan, so I like being able to play pinball whenever I want to. And so here's the coin door here. And just I got a flashlight just so you can see the components, what it kind of looks like. And so you have that. It's already set to free play. Of course, there's some games that will be set to coin, just like arcade. And then there's also some magnet that you need to run for some other games. But here is what I wanted to show you in the front of this cabinet. Is not directly in the light. There's your volume, treble, bass, and your power on. And so as you turn this game on to get the speakers on, there's going to be a plug to the back left. And that's where the cable to connect to the wall is. There's a power back there. That's how you will turn it on and off. And of course you will turn your audio on and off as well. But that's just a look at the front of the cabinet back. There's really not a whole lot of components in here, as you can see. Really, this is just for additional keys, storage, stuff of that nature, this box right here. And there's really nothing else in there. So, you know, all in all, very well put together machine. It's beautiful. I mean, being truthfully honest, you know, talking to, you know, my buddy Will, these are multi-cades, and they come with a somewhat prefab Bally cabinet that's a wide body cabinet. And so, you know, it looks like a pin. It feels like a pin. One thing I do want to make note of, the only thing that's a little bit different is traditional pinball is going to have that back glass, that headboard to this table is about 5 inches wider. And you know, the next question you're going to ask me is, does this fit in a traditional door gap for a basement or for a staircase? Well, let me answer that question for you. I will also be doing a video on that separately, detailing what these fit into, from vehicles to whatnot, just because I think people should know that. This actually did and would have fit through a traditional 35-inch door opening for the basement. And so if you have a walkout basement, this would fit. We still took the back glass and the headboard off of it, and we did that to lighten the load to carry it. But other than that, the rest of the body fit in very well. It went right through the door. The back glass area, we carried that as well. It's a little awkward because it's bigger, because again, it's 5 inches wider, so 2.5 inches per side wider than a traditional pinball. And it's just something to take note of. So, you know, when you're moving these things, you really need 2 or 3 people, 2 to carry, 1 to direct, and to kind of hold and so forth. But if you get some buddies together, this is definitely a beautiful table, and we will go ahead and get this kind of operational in the next couple days, and start cycling and create another video, which is basically an overview of the tables, how it works, how it looks, how it plays, and then start some reviews and some gameplay from there. But anyway, again, this is Nathan with Arcade and Pinball Talk. Please find us on Facebook under groups Arcade and Pinball Talk. Please find us on Instagram, Arcade Pinball Talk. There is no and in there. Arcade Pinball Talk on Instagram. As well as on YouTube. We actually have a channel on YouTube, and we have about 180 give or take videos on there, and soon to be many more reviews of gameplay from pinball, mechanical pinball, to digital and virtual pinball. But you can find us on YouTube. Please click subscribe. That's what it's about. Without subscriptions, it makes it harder for us to do things like this. But anyway, find us under Arcade and Pinball Talk on YouTube. But anyway, thank you again for your time today. We hope this video was very helpful and insightful to be able to allow you to understand how to not only unpack a virtual cabinet, but the second thing is walking you through the steps from legs to securing your backboard and your back glass, to the third step is making sure your cords are ran, and then from there making sure your cords are connected properly. And so that's all there is to a virtual pin. Again, thank you for your time, and thank you for watching, and we hope you look forward to our next videos.